Senator Grassley.
Ms. Yates, thank you for your public service. You approved the first and second Carter Page FISA applications. Prior to approving, did you review each application in its entirety?
I did, Senator, yes.
I didn't hear that.
I did, Senator, yes. And do I need to speak more loudly? I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Okay. You told me you did review them in their entirety. Okay.
It's possible that there's some boilerplate language that's in every FISA that I might not have reviewed again, but I certainly reviewed all of the factual information in the FISA.
Okay. Number two, when you were interviewed by IG Horowitz's office about your decision to approve the first Carter Page FISA application, you stated the following about Steele's research, quote, while certainly there was an implication that he was doing opposition research, it's got to be for somebody. I mean, he's been hired by someone. My understanding was that the FBI didn't know who, end of quote. The Inspector General said the Steele dossier was central and essential to the Carter Page FISA. If it was clear to you at the time that Steele was conducting opposition research for someone, why didn't you act responsibly to at least have an elementary understanding of the extreme conflicts involved regarding his employment before approving the first FISA application?
Senator, it's my understanding that even the FBI didn't know who had employed Steele at the time of the first FISA. But we were concerned because for the reasons that I had expressed to the Inspector General, logic would tell you that if somebody is out there doing opposition research, there's a limited number of folks that you might expect that to be. But the FBI didn't know, my understanding is at that point, that it was the DNC or Hillary Clinton. And so lawyers in the National Security Division had worked and insisted that there at least be something in the FISA that laid out what they speculated. And it's a very unusual thing to include speculation in an affidavit, but here they felt like it was really important to flag that for the FISA court and to let them know, even though the FBI didn't know that it was being paid for by the DNC, that there certainly was a possibility of that.
In April 2016, President Obama said, quote, I don't talk to the FBI directors about pending investigation, end of quote. In the 302 of your interview with the FBI, you said that in your January 5th, 2017 meeting with Obama and Comey, there was a discussion about Flynn and potential violations of the Logan Act. According to declassified notes summarizing that meeting, President Obama said to Comey, quote, make sure you look at things and have the right people on it, end of quote. How can you square Obama's April 2016 statement with the January 5th, 2017 meeting with Comey and Obama?
Yes, Senator, and as I mentioned in my opening statement, that meeting was not about an investigation at all. And I can tell you that that is something that would have crossed the line. And if President Obama or Vice President Biden or National Security Advisor Rice was in any way trying to influence an investigation, that would have set off alarms for me. This was not about that. This was about the national security implications of continuing to share sensitive information with General Flynn, given what they had learned about his back channel discussion with the Russian ambassador to neuter the sanctions.
Your January 5th, 2017 meeting with President Obama had two parts. The first part included Biden, Comey, Brennan, Clapper, and Rice. The second part was just you, Comey, and the president. In either meeting, did Crossfire Hurricane or the Steele dossier ever come up?
No, sir.
Did you or one of your colleagues ever discuss Crossfire Hurricane or the Steele dossier with President Obama or Vice President Biden?
I know I certainly didn't, and I can't imagine any of my colleagues did.
Okay, I have 8 seconds left. Thanks to Attorney General Barr, material relating to Flynn has finally been released. Those records show the FBI planned to close the Flynn case in early January 2017 until Strzok interceded, that the FBI deliberately set Flynn up to prosecute him or get him fired, and that there was no derogatory information on Flynn. When you were Deputy Attorney General and Acting Attorney General, were you aware of this information?
Not aware that they had planned to close the specific counterintelligence investigation on General Flynn. My understanding is that was prior to the time they knew anything about these calls with the Russian ambassador. And I was operating under the impression that this interview of General Flynn was in the context of the broader Crossfire hurricane investigation, that being trying to discern what the connections were between the Trump campaign and the Russians.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Yates.